Namaste. Part 9 of the story of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Making use of the peace created by the treaty between Aurangzeb and Shivaji Raje, Shivaji Raje created the systems required for Hindavi Swaraj. Once he got opportunity, he broke and threw away the treaty with Mughals and started a mission of winning back the surrendered forts, winning other forts and building new forts. Number of forts in his possession rose from mere 12 to over 3,000. He once again looted many cities of Mughal Empire. In this period, Aurangzeb had started conversion of Hindus in a large scale. He had also destroyed the Krishna temple in Mathura and Kashi Vishwanath temple in Varanasi. Those who were not ready to relinquish Hindu Dharma were being forced to pay an additional tax named jizya. Shivaji Raje wrote a protesting letter to Aurangzeb and narrated how Hindus were suffering in his regime. He wanted Aurangzeb to abolish jizya tax, but Aurangzeb ignored his letter. This letter of Shivaji Raje is a proof that he cared about Hindus all over India and not only in his kingdom around Pune. Shivaji Raje's fame had spread all over Bharat due to his miraculous escape from Agra. A well-known Brahmin from Kashi decided to meet him. His name was Vishweshwar Bhatt, but he was popularly known as Gaga Bhatt. His ancestors were earlier at holy city of Paithan when Yadavs ruled Maharashtra from capital of Devgiri. When Alauddin Khilji defeated Yadavs and Muslim rulers started ruling Maharashtra, life of Hindu priests became very difficult. They first went to Hindu kingdom of Vijayanagaram and their next generations moved to Kashi, that is Varanasi. Vishweshwar Bhatt or Gaga Bhatt was very much eager to see the king who had established Hindavi Swaraj in the country reeling under Islamic rule. When he reached Nashik, Shivaji Raje sent his men and brought him to Raigad in respectful manner. The two met and discussed the status of Hindu people all over Maharashtra and all over Bharat. They agreed to the fact that there was no true king, no true Hindu king at that time in India. There were many coronation ceremonies being held by vassals of Mughal or Adil Shahi sultanates. But they were not two kings. Gaga Bhatt advised him to conduct coronation ceremony, that is Rajyabhishek, and become real Hindu king. Shivaji Raje also liked the idea. The preparation started. It started with writing a book how to conduct Rajyabhishek as per Hindu Dharma. Gaga Bhatt completed the task. Raigad was prepared as the new capital. New assembly hall called as Rajya Sabha Gruha was built. For storage of water, new huge tanks were built in the rock. One tank was built for elephants to swim. Houses were built for officers and guests. Palaces were built for Shivaji Raje and his queens. 18 different buildings were built which were to be used for various purposes like food grain storage, horse stabs, weapon storage, etc. A big temple for Jagadishwar or Vadeshwar was also built. This is a temple of God Shiva. All these responsibilities were taken care by the engineer Hiroji Indalkar. A Sinhasan or lion abode of king was made using 1280 kilograms of gold. We can imagine what is 1280 kilograms of gold. A chhatra, that is an umbrella, was also made with gold and decorated with precious ornaments and pearls. Before having a chhatra or umbrella for himself as a king, Shivaji Raje ordered to make an umbrella for Devi Bhavani of Pratapgarh fort. He went to Parshuram Kshetra near Chiplun, stayed there and performed puja of God Parshuram. Then he went to Pratapgarh, stayed there for 3 days, performed puja and submitted the gold chhatra to the goddess. Then he came back to Raigad. All buildings construction was complete and Raigad was ready for the coronation ceremony. The religious ceremonies started with Maunji Bandhan ceremony of Shivaji Raje. This ceremony is given as importance as new birth of a person, and the person starts bearing thread around his chest. Tuladan is a ceremony in which a man is wed with various items like gold, silver, sugar, and many other things, and all these items are donated to needy people. Tuladan ceremony of Shivaji Raje was performed and a lot of treasure was donated. Shivaji Raje's marriage ceremony was arranged with his wives once again. On the previous day of coronation, whole Fort Raigad was illuminated. Everywhere one could see lamps and saffron flags. 4 hours before dawn, Abhishek ceremony was started in the palace. Shivaji Raje, Maharani Soirabai and Sambhaji Raje were sitting on gold seats. Hymns of Vedas were being sung. The auspicious water of rivers all over Bharat and also many other sacred places, oceans, was collected in gold pots. Shivaji Raje's ministers were standing around him holding gold pots of milk, water, ghee. With the singing of Vedic hymns, chanting of hymns, they poured these auspicious items onto Shivaji Raje's head and also on Sambhaji Raje and Sorabai's. The rivers from which water was collected were not in Hindavi Swaraj at that time, but their water was collected because Shivaji Raje wished to free them all from the clutches of foreign rulers. This indicates that Shivaji Raje did not care only about Hindus of Maharashtra but about Hindus all over India. It was followed by shower of hot water again. In this ceremony, the king is treated like God Vishnu. The ceremony was complete and Shivaji Raje started preparation of next ceremony in which he would be given the title Chhatrapati, that is, one over whose head gold umbrella of kingship is held with respect. One over whose head gold umbrella of kingship is held with respect. He wore new clothes and ornaments. He performed worship of all his weapons and wore sword, bow and arrows. He bowed in front of Gaga Bhatta, Brahmins conducting Hindu rituals of gods in his home, Rajamata Jizabai and other elder respectable persons. He then ceremoniously moved to the main hall where next program of Chhatrapati was going to take place. Front entry of the hall was towards east. Two decorated elephants and two decorated horses were standing there. All over the hall, costly, beautiful curtains were furling. Hall was decorated with flowers. Representatives of various cities, states, and vessels were waiting with gifts in the hall. There was a rectangular wide podium at other end. On the podium there was another podium where king's lion throne made of gold was kept. It was decorated with precious jewels, pearls, etc. Complete hall was properly lit and looking yellowish. Saffron flags were indicating that this hall belongs to Hindus. Shivaji Raje entered the hall gracefully along with Maharani Soyrabai and Sambhaji Raje. He was greeted by all. Then he moved to the throne. He first bowed in front of the throne, paid his respect, and then, without touching the throne with legs, he mounted on the throne. Gaga Bhatt now ceremoniously held the decorated gold umbrella over his head. Everybody present in the hall started shouting the slogan with pride, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj ki Jai, Hindu Dharma ki Jai, Bharat Mata ki Jai. Now 16 women and 16 girls came forward to conduct holy auction. Everyone was having a plate of silver in which two small silver lamps were shining. This plate was moved clockwise in front of Raje's face, and they wished long life and victory for him. The light of these lights shined the face of Chhatrapati Shivaji Raje. When they conducted this act, Shivaji Raje gifted them clothes and golden ornaments. Now important persons in the hall started coming forward one by one and submitting gifts to Shivaji Raje. This was started by Prime Minister Moropant Pingle by pouring plateful gold coins on Shivaji Raje's head. All these coins were later donated. Shivaji Raje gave return gifts to every dignitary who came forward to salute him. After the ceremony of gifting and return gifting, Shivaji Raje rose from his throne and came out through the front door of hall. He mounted on a decorated horse and, after travelling some distance, on a decorated elephant. The procession led to every temple on the fort. All the roads of procession were decorated with flowers and rangoli. Citizens were standing on both sides of the road conducting auction with lamps and pouring flowers. They were singing victory songs joyfully and offering blessings and praying to the gods for Shivaji Raje's victory and well-being for a long life. Chhatrapati Shivaji Raje had soldiers and officers from all castes of Hindus. There was no caste-based discrimination in his coronation ceremony. People from all castes participated with same enthusiasm. The procession went to all temples and puja was performed at every temple, and Shivaji Raje came back to his palace. He offered gifts to his queens and then had lunch along with the family members. Then he proceeded to his mother's palace. There he offered clothes and ornaments and spent a lot of time discussing many issues with her. She was the happiest person on the earth on that day. She had seen a dream, nurtured her son to fulfill the dream, and finally the dream had come true. For Shivaji Raje, the day was important. Many people were eager to meet him, but his priority was meeting with his mother. He spent a good time with mother, and when she was satisfied, he left her palace. On the occasion of his coronation, he started a new calendar called Shiva Shaka. This indicated start of a new era. At that time, All government work was being carried out in Persian language. Shivaji Raje created a new dictionary of Sanskrit words to be used in governance in place of Persian words. The flag of his Swaraj was saffron, that is Bhagwa. It was same as Prabhu Sri Ram's and Sri Krishna's flags. Thus he showed continuity of Hindu Dharma from Sri Ram Raja to Shivaji Raje. He had 8 ministers, which were all Hindus, and 6 of them were having responsibility of fighting wars. Thus he indicated that all Hindus must have capacity and skills of war. Without having advanced weapons, fighting skills, and fighting spirit, Hindu Dharma cannot be saved. Shivaji Raje spent 50 lakh rupees on this coronation ceremony. Instead of extracting levy or taxes from his own people, he decided to attack enemy area to collect this amount. Thus the coronation of Shivaji Raje became important event in revival of Hindu Dharma in Bharat. All Muslim sultanates came to know that Hindu race is not finished yet. Hindus were still alive. They were in poor state all over the country but not completely dead. Hindus were still having fighting spirit and would fight back to save their religion. Shivaji Raje became ideal for other Hindu kings all over Bharat for reviving this tradition. His brother Ekoji Raje conducted his coronation ceremony at Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu soon after. After this ceremony, a Muslim chieftain of Mughal army came to meet him. Shivaji Raje did not grant him permission of meeting immediately. He first inquired all details, verified with his own sources, and then allowed a meeting. Who was this person? He was chief of Swaraj army at one time, Sir Senapati Netoji Palkar. He had a dispute with Shivaji Raje, left Hindvi Swaraj, and then he had joined Adil Shahi. Then he had joined Mughal Sultanate. In the Mughal Sultanate, Muinuddin Aurangzeb converted him to Islam forcefully and changed his name to Muhammad Quli Khan. Aurangzeb brought his wives from Maharashtra to Agra and asked them to convert to Islam. The wives were not ready for this. Aurangzeb told them that if they do not convert, then he will arrange marriage of Netoji, that is Muhammad Quli Khan, to other Muslim women, and they will be no more remaining his wives. Due to this threat, 2 of them converted, and their marriages were once again conducted as per Islamic tradition with Muhammad Quli Khan. Quli Khan was sent to Kabul for a battle. He tried to escape but failed. When he came to Maharashtra for an expedition after a few years, he succeeded in escaping and reached Shivaji Raje's kingdom. Muhammad Quli Khan begged to come back into Hindu Dharma. Shivaji Raje agreed and persuaded the Brahmins to conduct the ceremony, Ghar Wapsi ceremony, bringing back to his own religion. This was very important step because at that time Hindus were getting converted to Islam forcefully. This was one way and there was no return path to Hinduism. Shivaji Raje re-established the path, helped the Brahmins to establish the process and gave them protection. After the reconversion to Hindu Dharma, there would be many problems for Netoji. The caste members would not accept him in the caste and he might have remained outcasted. To avoid this situation, Shivaji Raje arranged marriage of his daughter with Netoji's son Janoji. He arranged a dinner among themselves along with important chieftains. Thus, he established Netoji's return to Hindu Dharma with pride and proper social status. This was an important step in his life which saved Hindu Dharma in Bharat. Earlier also, he had done the same thing when his relative Bajaji Nimbalkar had been converted to Islam by Adil Shah and Bajaji wanted to return to Hindu Dharma. At that time, he had arranged marriage of his daughter Sakhubai with Bajaji's son Mahadev. In today's situation also, this vision of Shivaji Raje is very important to save India from Islamization or Christianization. This is end of the part 9. If you wish that this story should reach more and more children in Maharashtra and in India, please share this video with your friends. If you want to buy this book on Shivaji Maharaj, please contact me on 770-901-3232. Thank you. बोला छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज की जय. धर्मवीर छत्रपति संभाजी महाराज की जय.